Hello everyone and welcome back to another War Thunder video. In today's video we are going to be discussing what I believe to be one of the most crucial yet overlooked tricks you can use to do better in your games. Now before we start, I need to specify that this will only work if you are playing tank realistic battles, as other game modes do not use the same spawn point system, so this trick won't work there. The trick I'm referring to is the ability to tell what BR game you are in before you even spawn as your first tank. This is a question I get asked a lot, as many of you have probably seen either myself or other War Thunder content creators do this and instantly know what BR they're in as soon as a match starts. The way you do this is actually remarkably simple and all comes down to spawn cost. For the purpose of this video, we'll be using some 5.7 German tanks for our examples, these tanks being the Tiger E and Panther A, although this method will work exactly the same for any BR with any vehicles. Before we get into exactly how you can figure out the BR you've been dropped into, however, let's discuss the mechanic that makes it possible, this being the spawn point system. At the beginning of every match, you are given a total of 450 spawn points to start with. Each time you respawn after your initial spawn, the cost will double for everything but SPAA or aircraft. Both SPAA and aircraft will only double in spawn cost after the player has spawned in one of those types of vehicles. And obviously, as you should already know, you earn more SP by actions in battle. Now that you understand how the SP system works, we can discuss how you can tell what BR your match is. Every vehicle has a base spawn cost. This cost varies depending on vehicle type. These base costs are 150 SP for heavy tanks, 100 SP for medium tanks, 80 for lights, tank destroyers, and SPAA, and 50 SP for reserve tanks. There are a few exceptions to this, but we won't get into those in this video to keep things brief. This base spawn cost will be what you see if you are in a full up tier, such as you see here. So in this case, seeing that we are charged 150 to spawn in our Tiger, we know that since this tank is a battle rating of 5.7, that means we're in a 6.7 match. The same can also be done with the Panther, which will only cost 100 SP in a 6.7 game. This cost will fluctuate depending on the BR you get, and this is what you will use to determine what BR you get for any given match. Now obviously, you can use any type of vehicle for this, but my personal method is to use either a medium or a heavy like I'm showing you here, since to me, those are the easiest to remember, and you basically always have either a heavy or a medium in your lineup. Now that you understand roughly how this trick works, let's walk through the rest of the possible matchups and the spawn costs they entail. We'll start from the full up tier and work our way down. As we stated before, that full up tier will cost you 150 SP for your Tiger, or 100 for your Panther. Next would be a 6.3 BR game. This will cause the cost to increase for the tanks to 180 for the Tiger and 120 for the Panther. This continues on with the cost of a 6.0 game being 200 for the Tiger and 130 for the Panther. Finally, you know you've gotten a top tier game if your Tiger costs 220 spawn points or the Panther costs 150. Obviously, this might take a bit of time to commit to memory, but once you remember the numbers, you will be able to instantly know what BR any game of War Thunder you get is. This is an extremely useful skill to learn, as it allows you to know how to best use your tank in a match. For example, let's say you get a 6.7 game in the Tiger. Now you will know that, hey, this is a full up tier. Maybe I should hang back a little and support my top tier tanks, rather than sit at the front line. Or if you get a 5.7 game, you can know immediately that you can make much better use of your armor against lower tiered opponents, so you can take a much more frontline position. Hopefully this video helped you understand this very useful skill. If it did, please drop a like on the video and consider subscribing. I plan to be doing more videos like this in the future to help teach players both new and old how to play just a little bit better using things I've picked up during my countless hours of playing this game. If you have a specific topic you'd like to suggest, drop it in a comment down below and it might be featured in a future video. And if you want to see the full game that you've been watching in the background, click on the end card that will be popping up on your screen anytime now to check it out. Until then, good luck out there, and I hope to see you in the next video.